Test, test, test. What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy Juby the Tubi. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are staying safe. Salute to you guys. And it is May 6th, 2022. Hope you guys have been enjoying the NBA playoffs. I know I have. Excuse me a little bit. I'm a little bit disorientated. I just finished a Call of Duty Warzone tournament on my Twitch channel. You want to check out those highlights, stay tuned for that. That'll be posted here, as well as you want to check out the stream. Check that out on my Twitch channel. Went very well. I'm not sure what I placed because it was based on a point system, but stay tuned. We'll have that. But enough of that. A lot of stuff to talk about. The rumors are heating up. Donovan Mitchell, you already know that's a big one. Brunson, not really doing too well since we last spoke on this show. Is he still worth us getting? I've been hearing some Brogdon rumors, D'Angelo Russell. We'll touch up on that shortly with Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. He's going to bring up to speed on everything that he's heard, all the rumors. Stay tuned. I'm Juby the Tubi, straight talk family above everything, and we'll be back in a flash. Let's get it, let's get it. What's up, Chad? It's your boy, Juby the Tubi, straight talk family above everything. Salute to Nick Nation. Hope you guys are doing good. And welcome on May 6th, 2022 on this NBA offseason for the Knicks right now, where we patiently wait for the NBA lottery coming up on May 17th, and we're enjoying the NBA playoffs. A lot of stuff to talk about today. You know, we got Donovan Mitchell rumors still hot and heavy. We got Brunson, who's still on Knicks' radar. Is Obi part of the future? Is Julius part of the future? What is going on with Mitchell Robinson? We got Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. He's gonna fill us in. He's gonna let us know. Salute to you guys, and let's bring Zenray from Zenray Sports.
Stay with quickly
TV.
Should we go for
here.
Donovan Mitchell, which is a pipe dream, ladies and gentlemen? Danny Ainge is going to keep Donovan Mitchell and build around him. And the same thing with Jalen Brunson. Mark Cuban has a tandem there with Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson. He's going to overpay. He had an opportunity to give him the $56 million he offered him this summer last year. So now he's going to have to overpay and get him. People are saying, he's not playing against He's not playing well against the
He's
Suns.
just finishing up his
And
little intro right now,
Chris
guys.
Paul is dominating him. Chris Paul is at another level. No other point guard is gonna beat the old veteran. And Jalen Brunson, he is gonna be a great player for the Dallas Mavericks. He ain't coming to New York, ladies and gentlemen. Juby the Tubi, family above everything. Welcome. Long time no see, buddy.
What's going on, my brother? Hope everybody's great out at Zenray Sports TV. Thanks for having me. I apologize, we're a little bit behind schedule. You guys, like I explained to my chat, I did a little tournament. I just participated in Call of Duty Warzone. A lot of fun, a lot of laughs. But we're here tonight to talk about the rumors that are swirling, that continue to swirl, the rumors that are heating up.
OB.
Don't free.
That's what they're asking for. And
Don't free Obi. You always hear me say free Obi. Tonight I'm gonna say don't free Obi, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep Obi. Let's run it back. We'll get to that in a second. Zenray, thanks for having me. I know you got a lot to tell me. I got a couple of things to tell you tonight. Some rumors that have been circulating, but I want to know: have you been enjoying the playoffs? I briefly heard what you were telling your chat about Brunson. Do you still stand firm on him that the guy can possibly be here, or I want to say possibly that we still want him here, or do you think we might have to look elsewhere? Let us know.
I think we have to look elsewhere. I think Brunson at this juncture, the way he's been playing, Mark Cuban is going to throw the bag. Now, Mark Cuban had a chance. He was offering Brunson this summer. At the All-Star break, $56 million. Okay? He didn't take it because Brunson wanted that deal last year, and Dallas didn't want to give him any kind of money. So think of what Mark Cuban could have saved if he would have gave that money the year before. He would have been sitting pretty. But now he's going to have to pay the price, pay the piper, because the tandem of Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, you have to be a fool to try to get rid of Jalen Brunson at this juncture. They need a big man along the way. They'll probably pick up somebody in the draft and make a trade. Use Donovan Mitchell, his co-partner, the center. Can't think of his name. He's available, and Danny Ainge is looking to trade him. So that may be a possibility for Dallas. So at this juncture, I don't see Jalen Brunson going to the Knicks. It's a slight chance, but they're going to overpay for him. That the Knicks are not going to pay over $20 million for Jalen Brunson, Juby.
Ladies and gentlemen, my partner gave me how you call it, a pre-phone call yesterday. Excited. I'm just gonna bring it up because it just comes to show you how easily a Knick fan can be thrown off the trail, if you will. He called me yesterday talking about, yo, did you hear Donovan Mitchell? Is it true that Donovan Mitchell got traded? And then he was like, wait, but I heard after I called you by mistake. I looked into it because people like us create these rumors, and we want things to happen. Let's be honest, guys. Donovan Mitchell's not coming here. We could sit here and say Danny Ainge is a meister. He's a master at his craft, and he will rob us blindly. So we don't want no part of that. The Brunson deal, I don't think it's gonna happen either. I think Mark Cuban. I think you're right. He's gonna throw the bag at him. But I think we should look elsewhere. If we want to go with another potential point guard that maybe want to fill in. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of Brogdon rumors again, chatter, and I'm also hearing some D'Angelo Russell, which I like a little bit more than Brogdon. I think we can steal D'Angelo Russell on a cheaper deal, and anybody. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, so let me tell you a little story about D'Angelo Russell. We're gonna end up trading one headache for another headache because he's being argumentative with the coaches down there. And Chris Finch, the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, is having headaches. He even benched him during the year because he didn't like the way Angelo was kind of going about his game, obviously, and benched him. And D'Angelo made it known that he didn't appreciate him benching him. So there's a lot of friction there. So they just resigned, Chris Finch to a couple of more years and extended his contract. So he's going to be there. So Chris Finch is not going nowhere, but D'Angelo Russell is, to the right suitors. So do we want a headache in D'Angelo Russell back for our headache and Julius Randle. Remember, after this season that's finishing, D'Angelo Russell has one more year contract of $30 million, and after that, he's a free agent. So you can free the books with D'Angelo Russell. Do you make that trade and get rid of Randle and give Obi that time that he deserves and bring in D'Angelo Russell? I'm pretty sure a new scenery, having Coach Tibbs coaching him up. And I mean, he's not the greatest defender. His three-point shooting went down this year. It was only 34%, but from the field, he shot 42%. Had averaged about 6-7 assists. I would take my chance on D'Angelo Russell. Guys, I mean, at Family Above Everything at Zen Ray Sports TV, give us your opinion down in the comments below. And let us know. But I think at this juncture, I think the Knicks are going to start building through the draft, have the young kids take over, and go with it quickly. Go with Rukus Rupaditis from the Spanish League. He's going to be coming for the Summer League and playing. And Deuce McBride. You have to go with these young kids. And what we seen it quickly last year, I think he can make things happen. And maybe Rukus Rupaditis, can make the team because he looked very impressive last year in the Summer League. And he's looking very impressive in the Spanish League as well.
Sorry, 1 second, Henry. I spilled. I got a candle lit in here, and I just burned myself. I burned myself with the craziness. I agree with a lot of the stuff you're saying, but I had to wake myself up. That's why I put my hand on the candle. Because Zenray said, again, build through the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, aren't you tired of building through the draft? If you're going to tell me let's work with what we got, let's run it back. We already established some great players. Let's do it. Come on. I don't want to draft nobody else.
Who's out there? I mean, are you going to go for guys that are free agents? Kyrie Irving, John Wall,
I was just going to say
Zach LaVine, who's not a point guard, he's a shooting guard, and Carlos Levert, who is not also a point guard, he's a shooting guard, and then Victor Oladipo, he's available. Also injury prone and can resolve your point guard because he's a shooting guard. Where are you going to go? Are you going to overpay for these players?
This is personally what I would do. I understand what you said about D'Angelo Russell, and I agree to it that he was a headache this past season. But instead of wasting your money on a Russell Westbrook, a John Wall, a crazy point guard like that, because you do need some leadership. We forget that D'Angelo Russell, before this Brooklyn drama that went on this year over on the other side of the bridge, D'Angelo Russell was the man on that team. So he has the potential to play in the bright lights with the right teammates around him. And I do want Julius Randle to be moved just because I want Obi Toppin to take over as the new power forward of this team. I would hate to see a talent like Obi Toppin leave because Obi Toppin, and I said it before this season, is Amari Stoudemire in the making with a jump shot. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I think the Knicks either stand pat or go after D'Angelo Russell, depending on what they want for him. But if not, run it back with Quickly and with McBride. I'm okay with that. Absolutely, Zener, because we still got Derrick Rose. We don't know where he stands as far as his health, but we want to be optimistic and say he's going to be good to go in limited minutes. But like I said, my main concern is I don't want to blow up the team for a Donovan Mitchell. That'll be a Nick move to do, like we did with Carmelo Anthony, and we're back to square one with that, and then we got to start building from the draft. And I'm tired. I'm 40 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 40 years old, and I've been hearing for the last 10 to 15 years, Knicks got to build through the draft. We got to draft. You play, go through the draft. We're never gonna get a star. We don't got a superstar right now. We got some great players, but enough with the building of the draft. Work with what we have. If you want to draft somebody and put them in the back burner for a couple of years, that's fine. But don't sit there and tell me that your future point guard is gonna be in the draft. The star who's gonna come and save the Knicks is gonna be in the draft, because those days are over for me right now.
Yeah. Juby, I have the same sentiments. I know we're tired of waiting, but we cannot stop the game plan what Leon Rose wants. I think last year we made a couple of mistakes and we took a step back by bringing in Kemba and Fournier just to satisfy Tibbs because he likes veterans. But that kind of backfired, and Tibbs admitted it, that if he had to do it over again, he would not play Burks so many times. He would find out what Deuce McBride really had and give him more minutes. He admitted that he would have coached a little differently. But the question is, if you make that trade for D'Angelo Russell, remember Randall and Towns are friends. And if you had Anthony Edwards in that lineup, wow, that's a very, very, very good team. And then you put Patrick Beverley as your point guard there. That team is very dangerous with a Julius Randle, Towns, Edwards, and a Patrick Beverley. It's impressive, and I think the money's a match somehow, some way. I don't think we have to give anything up. The only thing we have to realize is that D'Angelo is making $30 million this year. It's a one-year contract, goes off the books. Do you settle for that and give Obi the time? I think the Knicks can shine with that. You really have no other answers. I mean, you wish you can get a Chris Paul, a Kyle Lowry, a Fred VanVleet, top guards like that, but that's not going to happen. D'Angelo Russell right now is a suitable option, or if you go for Colin Sexton, who's injury prone, is Colin Sexton going to ask for less money because of that? Or is he going to go and sign with Cleveland and be the backup to Darius Garland? Because Darius Garland took over the team, and with Colin Sexton settle for being a backup point guard, I think that's another option. His numbers are not like D'Angelo's. He doesn't pass the ball much. He's more of an offensive mind player like D'Angelo, but D'Angelo at least takes a step back and passes the ball and tries to make the team better along the way.
Agreed with 100% with what you said. My only fear is we took a chance on an injury-prone point guard this past season, which was Kemba Walker. We thought that Kemba, let's forget about, we're talking about from a statistics paper standpoint of view. When we looked at it on paper, we said, listen, that Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose dynamic duo in limited minutes with he quickly in the background would work. We all thought that. Knicks management thought that. I think it'll be kind of crazy to go into the new season and say we just picked up Sexton as our point guard and we're going to run it and hopefully that Rose is okay and quickly, because then you're going to have the same situation, hopefully not, but then you'll have a situation where Rose will need some time off because his knees won't hold up, and Sexton just came off of a big injury. I would stay clear unless it's a mid-level offer or really cheap offer like you got with Kemba Walker, and even then I'll be skeptical. I think the D'Angelo Russell makes the most sense, and I would listen to what Indiana wants for a Brogdon. Just listen. I wouldn't go all in. I would just listen and cater.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but Brogdon, as good as he is, if he would spend more time on the floor instead of being injured, I would look at that.
He's another injury point guard, right?
Yeah. And also, I want to, Kevin just gave us a shout out to Zenray and Julie.
What's up, Kev?
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, that's not an option in my books. And even a Miles Turner, another injury point center. At this juncture, you sign Mitchell Robinson and you move forward with the team and try to get rid of Nerlens Noel somehow. Hey, trade them to Dallas. Dallas looking for a big man. Maybe you can get some picks or something out of them. Or a team who needs a center. And then let the highest bidder win on the Nerlens Noel sweepstakes. This is what I would do. But at this juncture, I see Julius Randle an option because you give Obi Toppin the time, and you have to get rid of Burks. Burks has to go because as much as he admitted that Burks shouldn't have been playing and Miles McBride should have been playing, I have a feeling he get an itchy finger, kind of nervous syndrome, and starts playing next year. Alec Burks. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but there's no reason that he should be getting 30, 35 minutes a game. Number one, he's not a point guard. And number two, he shouldn't be playing that position. He should let guys like Quickly, McBride play. And besides that, Kemba has to go as well. Fournier, you keep at this juncture. You groom Quentin Grimes as his predecessor, the 3-and-D type of specialist. I think Grimes has a more upside in the defensive side, and I think he's a better defender at this juncture compared to Fournier. Don't get me wrong. Fournier tries. He throws his body around, but he's not a top defender like Quentin Grimes.
Yeah. 100%, man. Like I said, you touch up on all aspects. My only concern right now that I'm having is what are they going to do with Money Mitch?
You have
Why
time.
haven't they come to an agreement with him? The guy from the Clippers just signed a $24 million 2 year extension, so it's not like they're waiting for something. So if I'm Knicks management and if I'm Mitchell Robinson, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, this guy just signed. We've been off for a while. Why haven't they come to an agreement with me? Are they lowballing me? And I honestly think Mitchell Robinson is going to test that free agent market. And I would not be surprised if we said it before, Detroit, Dallas. I think because of the time, I mean, I know I'm going to go back on what I said. Brunson is a slight possibility just because of the relationship with Brunson and the Knicks organization. He might even take a cheaper deal, like we said before, not because of the bag, but just to have the keys to be the man in the Mecca. So
I was
you never
thinking that
know.
last week. I was thinking that last week as well, but
I don't know. I mean, it's a tough. Like I said, the Zach LaVine. Don't even look into that, guys. We ain't getting no Zach
we don't
LaVine.
need him. You don't need
Yeah,
him.
he's going to free agency.
Right.
That's fine. He's gonna do it. But he's gonna end up right back in Chicago. They had a great run this season. I think if they had Lonzo Ball and if they add a couple of key pieces, I think they'll be very serious contenders. But that and the Donovan Mitchell, like I said, as much as I would love to offer Utah Jazz a Julius Randle and a couple of picks and a Evan Fournier kind of deal, Danny Ainge knows. Danny Ainge will sit there and say, you know what? I don't want Julius. I want RJ. If you don't want to give me RJ, that's fine. Don't give me RJ. I want Obi quickly on 3 number ones and McBride, and he'll probably throw somebody else because Danny Ainge is a sniper. He has no emotion. He doesn't care what anybody thinks of him. The guy is a bull buster, and he gets the job done.
I totally agree, Juby. Everything you said about Danny Ainge and what he's looking for, you're gonna have to overpay to get any player
Yeah.
from them at this juncture. I
Look
mean,
what
it's
we
his
did with
job.
Evan Fournier.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
just look at
Exactly.
that, ladies and gentlemen. We paid, how much did we pay? I didn't forget. 80
19
something million?
19 million, and nobody was really big suitors for him. So we kind of we were competing against ourselves and we're bidding against ourselves, and we gave him $19 million. But that's okay. I mean, at this juncture, you make that trade for D'Angelo. Like I said, Towns and Randall have a relationship. You got Anthony Edwards. You put Patrick Beverly at the point guard. That solves a lot of issues there.
Yeah.
And let's see on a 1 year deal what's left. What D'Angelo does. I mean, he's
And,
still a young kid. He's
and
25,
if
26 years
he's
old.
bad, that's the beauty of it. If he's bad and if it doesn't work out, you let him walk, and then you got Quickly in the back burner, and who'll get another year of experience. And McBride, hopefully he's still here, get another year of experience. So I love that. Me personally, I love that move. It's a win-win situation. Either you get rid of that big-ass contract that Julius Randle just, but it's not super big, but you get rid of that long-term contract of Julius, and you get a 1 year deal. Works out, fantastic. You look like you're the god of basketball. You made a fantastic move. If it doesn't work out, then you could say, you know what, we got rid of Randall. Obi Toppin's time is now, and Quickly is ready to go. So
And
either
I
way, it's
agree.
a win-win.
That's the best case scenario. I won't say worse. That's the best case scenario. And then you add Rokas Ropabitis
Oof.
coming in, makes the team, and he can dangle up that 3 guard rotation. Remember, he's a lefty. He has a quirky kind of shot, but the guy passes the ball very well. He's kind of hard to defend because he's quirky. You don't know where he's going, left or right. He uses that left hand well. I can see this 3 card rotation of Quickly, Ropabitis, and McBride, and then you have obviously Rose as what the head guy there. This Knicks team doesn't have to look elsewhere. You don't have to be in desperation to make these crazy trades for anybody and sign a Brunson for $21, $22 million. Because at this juncture, I can see Dallas getting about 24, 25. I mean, his value has gone up in the playoffs. And look, and they're talking about Zion Williams. Zion Williams right now is not coming to the Knicks. I think he's right now is on the mend, and the Pelicans have to kind of see if they're going to sign him. And if they sign him, there's going to be a lot of incentives in that contract, like I mentioned in our last show. He's going to get bonuses like almost like Embiid's kind of contract. You stay healthy a certain amount of games, you make the All-Star team, you score a certain amount of points, and you get bonuses to meet the contract numbers that they're looking for. So I don't see the Knicks dangling an injury-prone player like in Zion. Um, I see about that sign and trade with Mitch and Jalen Brunson, but like you said in our last show, that Mark Cuban signed, we are going to be signing Brunson. He made that more end of it, right? You know, in our last interview he made, he said, no, we're keeping Brunson and the Luka Doncic combination for years to come. So don't expect Jalen Brunson to be a Knick. It's that 10% shot, 15% shot that you mentioned, but he's going to go for the bag. He's comfortable playing where he's playing. He's playing with Luka Doncic. He knows the league. He knows the players in the West. I don't see him going anywhere. Donovan Mitchell, we spoke about that. Julius Randle's name is coming up. Obi Topping's name is coming up. You have to give the bag to get him. And I see, and they're talking Gordon Hayward. And guess who they were asking the Charlotte Hornets for Gordon Hayward? They were asking for Obi. It seems like Obi is one of the first names that the management teams or the GMs are asking for in NBA. RJ Barrett or Obi. The Knicks stay pat with their players, move forward with the youth, play quickly, play Rose, play McBride, bring up Ropobitis from the Spanish league. Let that combo kind of come up, and that'll be your best option, so you don't have to overpay bringing players and having big contracts and expanding our cap at this juncture.
Absolutely. Ricobitis, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name. I'm hearing that he is compared to a Alex Caruso, if you will. You know how Alex Caruso is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
He's very like I don't want to say all over the place. Like he has no, like you said, quirky. That's a good way. He's very Alex Caruso's a quirky guy too. He's not a superstar player. He's not a defender. He's just like he's there. You know what I mean?
They pass the ball the same way. That's a great comparison, by the way. I see what we'll see what happens next. I think in the draft coming up, there were mentioned some players, the top players coming up on the 11th pick, and they were talking about Jeremy Sochan, Benedict Marthrain, and Johnny Davis coming to the Knicks. I have to look more research on that. I don't know if that's going to happen. A couple of good shooting guards there. That's what we need. We need some shooting guards. That is important to build the youth, and that's where Leon Rose is going to go. And like I mentioned, he took a step back last year by making the mistake of bringing Kemba and Fournier here just to satisfy Thibodeau. And let's not forget about Cam Reddish. We were talking about every other player, but Cam Reddish has to be in the mix somehow as well. Make room for him, and that's why you have to get rid of Alec Burks, and you definitely have to get rid of Julius Randle to make room for these young kids. Yeah. You know, I would love to see Obi and Cam on the floor with Barrett at the same time with Mitchell Robinson
quickly.
And you're like, oh my gosh, that'll be a great starting five. I would think at least.
Yeah. It'll be a very exciting team to watch, nonetheless. But like I said, May 17th is the NBA lottery. We know that we have we pretty much set on 11th pick, unless those ping pong balls go our way and we end up moving up a couple of spots. I'm not sure how deep this draft is. I haven't started really looking into it. I've been more concerned, watching the NBA playoffs right now. I've been watching the Dallas series, the Miami series. I told you guys that Miami was going to the finals. I'm telling you, Miami guys, Miami is crazy. Philadelphia, not working out. James Harden seems like he's past his prime. I feel so bad for him. It is what it is. It's exciting. I've been watching it, and like you said, Brunson, he's going up against Chris Paul, one of the greatest basketball point guards of our generation and your generation. So let's cut the guy some slack, because I've been hearing a lot of hate on Twitter stating that the guy's a bum. So
he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay with Dallas, and some other crazy trades they were talking about. They were trying to trade a problem for a problem, and this is not gonna happen. This was just thrown out there. I don't know who threw this out here. It was reported a day ago. I don't even have the reporter who even put that up there. But he mentioned a Randall for Russell Westbrook trade straight up. I wouldn't do that with a 10-foot pole. That Randall and Russell, that would never happen. You get more value by trading him.
I'd trade Carmelo for Randall. just for
What's that?
Carmelo to sit down. I'll trade Randall for Carmelo, not for Carmelo to play, just for him to put on a jersey and sit down and enjoy a
You don't
farewell
want to do
party.
that.
Well,
Your
he won't
value,
do that.
your value is Randall for Russell, for D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Uh, that makes a lot of sense. And I think D'Angelo played in Brooklyn before, and he's thrived here in New York. So I think he'll do the same thing in New York. And knowing that he's playing for contract, I think that is your best option. Juby, I don't know what else you want to speak about, what else you have in trade talks or rumors, but I want to stop hearing that Obi. You know, I want to hear those chants from our people, Nick Nation, not the chants coming from the GMs of the NBA wanting Obi, because Obi's not going nowhere. He will be a Nick, and Julius Randle will not be a Nick, hopefully, by the summer.
All right, Zenray. I'm pretty much wrapped up, but I want to ask you a crazy question. A realistic, non Danny Ainge mentality move. What is your realistic trade package for Donovan Mitchell? Go.
My realistic or Danny Ainge?
Realistic, not as a Nick fan and not as a Danny Ainge mentality.
What is his value? I say,
W-
look, you give him a Randall, you give him one of your guys like Grimes or McBride in that trade, and you throw him a couple of number one picks. That's realistic to me. You can't trade your core players in RJ and Obi and all these players. But if you give him a McBride, because now we don't need point guard, you throw him a McBride, you throw him a Rukabitis, even the Spanish, he has some value, and throw him a Julius Randle and maybe two number ones. I think that's a suitable trade. Not what Danny Ainge is asking for. He's asking for the whole farm.
Well, don't come knocking on my door, Nick Nation. I'm gonna give you mines. I know you guys, a lot of you's not gonna agree with me. A lot of you gonna think I'm crazy, but like I said, I'm looking at this from a basketball standpoint of view. Julius Randle, Cam Reddish, Emmanuel Quickly, and some draft picks for Donovan Mitchell. Why I say that? Julius, we already know about Julius. Cam Reddish is a Donovan Mitchell potential kind of player that hasn't been given the opportunity, and Emmanuel Quickly is the replacement for that point guard that they have right now, who they're looking to trade. You heard it
Yeah,
here first. That's a deal. Even though it will pain me to lose Emmanuel Quickly, that is a deal that I can live with, Nick Nation. I know I'm
yeah,
probably gonna get bashed for mentioning Quickly's name in
yeah.
rumors,
It's
but
phenomenal, yeah.
that's one rumor. That's one player. If I had to give up for my young guys for Donovan Mitchell, that's one player that I would be
I
willing to
wouldn't
give
do
up.
it. I wouldn't do it because even if he doesn't start, he's a point. He is such a dynamic player as a shooting guard. He can make things happen. He passes the ball like a point guard now, as he showed in the last few games. I wouldn't do that trade. The Knicks probably will nix that trade. But there's two players that Thibodeau loves the most in that team, and I could probably throw a third one possibility. But the way he's been acting lately, I don't think maybe he's at the end short of the stick here. Quickly and Burks are his love on that team, and he started getting kind of attached to Quentin Grimes as well. And he's always been a Randall's follower as well, but I think Randall is gone. I think Quickly is not going nowhere. And I know for a fact Quentin Grimes is going to be the heir apparent to Evan Fournier, groom him for the next couple of years. And Burks has to go. You have to make
Agreed.
room for this. And then Cam Reddish, you have to keep Cam here and let RJ and Cam play on the floor at the same time, and Obi and Mitchell Robinson, and have your point guard, and either ones that we mentioned in Quickly or Derrick Rose. And this team is going to be a team to be reckoned with, Juby.
A lot of exciting stuff. Like I said, guys, we said it last week. The rumors have just begun. Just wait until the dates get a little bit closer. Mark your calendar. May 17th, NBA lottery. That's the first one. And then shortly, right after that, a few weeks later, sometime in June. Well, I will be, the NBA draft night will be on a Thursday, so I will be off. But your boy, ladies and gentlemen, will probably be going back to work more than likely. So we're going to have to play it on. Luckily, me and my co-host right here have the same schedule, days off. So we'll always be in sync to do our shows, which is an awesome thing. So you'll always get the news here first, here at Family Above Everything, and there at Zenray from Zenray Sports TV.
Thank you, Joe. But first, before I go, I just want to mention on our last video, we had a lot of viewers. We had a lot of new people who subscribed. The last person who subscribed is Yuk Man Ho. I appreciate everyone who's been watching the videos, leaving comments, and getting involved in our show. Coming June 15th will be officially our 1 year anniversary.
Ooh.
And we'll do something special coming up in the next month or so. That'll be in about 5-6 weeks. I just want to thank everybody for the kind words and getting involved with our show. I want to thank Kevin, Aaron, for coming on, making his comment here today. And I want to just let Knick Nation know that the Knicks have to build with the youth. That's Leon Rose's plan. And remember, guys, never give up, knowing that the best is yet to come as long as you have love, peace, and gratitude. Zenray out. Juby, thanks once again. Family Above Everything, New York Straight Sports Talk.
Thank you, my
Zenray
brother.
out. Take
Peace,
care.
brother. Be safe, man.
Thank you. Zenray out.
All right, guys, that was Zenray from Zenray Sports TV. Wrapping things up. Appreciate you guys coming in here tonight. Apologize I didn't have enough images and statistics to go over with you guys. Like I said, I was involved in a tournament for Call of Duty Warzone. If you want to check out those highlights, take a look at my social media, take a look at here, or check it out on Twitch if you're not a follower. If you have Twitch, links are in the bio. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'm Juby the Tubi, and as always, family above everything. Good night, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.